See, I'm with the legendary PaleriderTv.
See, he's on video.
To all my subscribers and watchers out there, you got to check his channel out. He's one of the best video vloggers, weekly vlogs on YouTube.
Heard that, didn't you?
PaleriderTv, that's right. Don't worry, we're going to get to 10,000, but we're going to do it the right way. After about 20 more years, we'll be at 10,000.
I'm going.
All right, so we're back from that, and that was a real nice meeting up with Palerider on Thursday night. I did 2 loads on Friday. Actually, I was supposed to do 3, but I did one on Thursday, and so it ended up being 2 because I did one early. And then I took Saturday, Sunday off, and Monday I had 2 loads, and it was really cool because yesterday I'm in a shipper, and I'm talking. Charles, everybody's doing my bills, and Rodolfo was there, and Jimmy and the other guys. You know, really great bunch of guys. You know, Jose works there, but he was gone, and but really nice bunch of folks there, and you know, you couldn't ask for a better shipper. You know, with those kind of people. So I was waiting for my bills, and there's a young gentleman standing there, and he was waiting his turn, you know, and it felt like he was watching me or said something, and then as soon as I was done, he says, "You're Jeff, right?" I'm like, "What?" He says, "You're Jeff from YouTube." And I said, "Yeah, I am." So we got to talking, and Alva, it was nice meeting you. He's a Swift driver, lives out in Montana. Really nice young guy. Wish him the best in the trucking industry. He's just starting out, and so yeah, a lot of nice young guys that are coming in the industry, and that's where the YouTube is really good because you know, an older guy like myself, I don't know how much longer I'll be in the industry. You know, probably a few more years, but I'd like to pass on what I know, and you know, if they want to become an owner-operator, I want them to have the best chances for success and not lose a lot of money that I had to do over time, because you know, back when I became an owner-operator 22 years ago or so, there was really no one to talk to. You know, you had the horseshoe tables, and everybody ate in the restaurants at that time. The truck stops were huge. Mom and pop places were booming, and that's because everybody stopped and ate, because, you know, you had to stop and eat because that's where you made your phone calls, was at the table. There was no cell phones or none of that, you know. You had to stop at the rest areas, use the pay phone, so you got to talk to loved ones back home, you know, 5-10 minutes, you had to hit the road again, you know. And so a lot of people did the talking at the truck stop, you know, in the booths and all that. Well, that just don't go on anymore, hardly. Like here, you know, where I stop here at this TA in Teconcha. If you go sit at the horseshoe table up there, over 90% of the people that are sitting there are the locals eating here, and there's hardly any drivers in there eating. The parking lot could be full, but there only be like 4 or 5 drivers in there out of everybody. So you just don't have the camaraderie anymore. You don't, you know. And then, of course, back then, when people said stuff, you know, a lot of it was stories, so you didn't know. You had to like piece apart what they were saying to, you know, to make what the accurate truth was. So now today with YouTube, you can, you know, watch people's videos, and you can kind of tell who's really telling you the right stuff and who's really just telling you whatever they want to tell you. You know, you got the soap opera channels and the informational channels, and that's what I strive for, is to be the informational channel. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to do, is just stop, you know, the younger guys that want to get into it. Maybe I could stop them from losing some money. All right. So anyway, like in this program, there's some guys struggle. I don't see why they struggle, but you know, when you got the experience, and if you work the other load board system, you know, the people with the big blue star on their trailer compared to the orange system, you know, the orange trailers, you know, they're really 2 different systems. I mean, yeah, they'll look the same when you bring them up, the loads are there and all that, but the way they operate, it's different. You know, one you got a phone call, the other one you click buttons. But with this system here where you click buttons, I don't really see why they're having trouble. So there's only one reason, the time management, okay? So you gotta really, you know, calculate your time management. And if you're gonna run regional short haul, you gotta do 1.5 to 2 loads a day. If you can do more, it's better to do more. You know, for the simple days where if you can only do 1 load, it makes up for it if one of the days you do 3. So it's like doing 2 loads a day, right? That's how you make money in the short game. Some people like to do the long haul, and then they get loads that don't pay as well to try to get back. And but you know, if the new guys try to do that, they don't know the back lanes. You know, the best ones to take to where, you know, if you come back. If you come back for cheap money, don't come all the way back for that. Come a quarter of the way or halfway back, wherever you get back to where you get that higher dollar load to finish off. And that way your rate per mile stays up there, and you get good paychecks. If you go out there for good and come back for bad, it's not going to work out very well. You know, you'll still get a paycheck, but you won't be maximizing your potential, and that's what you want to do. And plus, you know, everybody should run. It should be a regional game, okay? Unless you're single and you want to run long haul and run all over the country. But if you have a family at home, stay regional, stay right in your area. Everywhere you live, you should be able to make the money you need to make in a 4 or 5 state region, right? So if you're in South Carolina, for instance, you'd want to run South Carolina, North Carolina, maybe a little bit of Virginia, you know, West Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, you know, Alabama, maybe a little touch of Florida. See that little region there. So it's best to, you know, and go out 500 miles and draw a circle. Stay in that circle. Or you could do a box, you know, draw a box. That's the best way to do it. Just stay in there. And yeah, you could be enticed by these high dollar loads that go over here. But, you know, if it's a real low paying load coming out of there, it all averages out. You did a lot of miles for the same money. But you could have just stayed around your area that you would know. That's another thing, you know, you do these areas and you got to take your time learning it, right? Because you're not going to come right out of the gate and do 2-3 loads a day. All right, it's not going to happen, because you're going to have to learn where these customers are, and there's other people already doing it. So you got to filter in there and make your niche and watch every day. Study the board. See when the loads pop up. See when they go, because if you don't, you don't see those loads. So you never know they exist, right? And they might be better loads than what you're picking. So then you'll know when they come on, so you'll pick them, and then you'll make more money. So you got to make your own, you know, little niche running area and perfect it. That's the key. You have to perfect your running area. Some people I talk to say I perfected my running area, but that's just me. I can go down, you know, like in January, February, I'll go down to Texas, and I'll just stay in the state of Texas and run that, and I'll make just as much money as I do sitting up here. Or I can go, you know, down to South Carolina, or, you know, over to Chicago, and that, you know, you got to go by where there's major cities. So you go by Dallas, you can run around Dallas, you know, down around that area. Stay in Texas, Oklahoma, a little bit of Arkansas, you know, Louisiana. You could just do a circle there, and you can do very well. And there's lots of freight. So that's what you got to do. You know, if you want to be an over-the-road guy, you know, go for it. But if you're going to do the over-the-road, do the over-the-road, right? Don't go out and then come back to your house. That's not, you know, I'm doing this long trip because the pay is going to come back here. You know, it's not the way to do it, because your average out is going to be pretty low. All right, because, you know, everybody knows that the loads what they post in all companies aren't really actual miles. You know, so if it says 700 miles on that long run, you're probably going to do 725, 730, you know, maybe more, depends on the route. So try to stick with the regional stuff. And like I said, if you're single and want to go over the road, well, do over the road. Take the highest paying load to that next point. And then it doesn't matter where you go, right? You're single, you're over the road, so take the next highest paying load, longest load, and just keep doing that. And then when you're tired of it, go home. And then you'll find out you make a whole lot more money than, you know, wanting to run long here and come back, long here and come back. All right, so enough of that. Video's getting long, so we're gonna let it go right there. Nice talking to you today, Dump Truck Bob, Angel. You know, I seen that car that you're thinking about buying. Don't do it. Don't buy that car. Be like Roy, get some more jet skis. It's funner on the water with toys. You know, cars at big insurance, you know. But anyway, talked to Angel and Steve. Nice talking to Steve, Ponzi, and all you guys. You know, be safe out there. And you know, it's our trucking family, and that's what it's all about. You know, try to help everybody out. And if anybody periscopes, check us all out on Periscope. But other than that, we'll see you later. See ya.